So I didn't know that I could. I was now free around to 1. I said, okay, let me quickly put a call through
True. Okay.
to even do my own audio. That's how I begin to try. And it got to a point I said, Esther, what is going on? I
So,
was,
so let's beg our network. Thank you so much.
so it's because of the lines are
The
very
phone lines are
busy,
buzzing.
they are
Yeah.
buzzing and everything. So we just we love you for your persistency and
Yes,
everything.
Listener Appreciation Day.
Yes.
To be a part of the conversation today, you can call us up on 07000 or 090 Just call us. Call us. That's why we're here. Call us. So now there's this topic that I've gotten people talking on social media. Director General of National Youth Service Corps, the NYSC, Brigadier General Shuaib Ibrahim, has said that corps members are part of the national defense policy and can be mobilized for war if need arises. Now, so many people have said, I've been seeing so many tweets and comments around this, but he said this in response to the move to scrap the NYSC scheme. I don't know. Ibn Abba, what do you think about it?
You see, if you want to defend a cause, if you want it to continue, if you don't want it to be scrapped,
Okay.
there are so many very correct ways of going about trying to canvass for it not to be scrapped and everything. But the tone of this man, the way I read this story,
Okay.
I didn't like the tone, because you see, it's like we are expecting war somewhere, and then it is assumed that should there be our youth corps members should be,
Ready for it.
should stand by.
Mhm.
My question is, since he said, and I'm going to quote it, so corps members are on reserve. They are also part of national defense policy. So parents should teach their children the spirit of patriotism. End of quote. So my question is, okay, are you telling, what is within, try to read in between the lines of what he wrote.
Okay.
I'm not getting it clearly, because I'm interpreting it in my head, and what I'm interpreting is not nice. You understand? It shouldn't bring, if you're trying to, discourage the National Assembly members not to scrap the NYSC scheme. There are so many ways to go about it. Not by coming to tell us that they are the national defense policy. It sounds like, that's what it sounds like. It's like when a record is bad and you are playing it by force by fire. You know how it sounds, and it's very offensive to the ears. That's how it sounds, because I don't want to hear the rumors of war. I don't want to hear it. Anything that sounds like, I don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. We have enough headache. Stop prepping our minds for the unexpected. It is bad. It should have better ways of going about it. And more so, now, even before now, I've always said something, and that is the Alawi.
Okay.
It's been given to youth corpers. How much is it? 0.1, 0.2. The economy is so bad. We send children to far places. Like you are from Lagos, we send you to Borno, for example. It's so far from home.
Yes.
And supposedly, you're like supposed to, be okay for you to take care of yourself. And then there's supposed to be accommodation for you, provided by the host state. Are we still there? Is that how it is? Or is it that youth corpers go about looking for their own accommodation? Remember that my niece had to do that. Are you getting it? So, and the money is not even, it's not even looking at other areas. It's thinking about they are on reserve. On reserve for what? If we want to address anything concerning our youths, we have to be careful, be mindful of our utterances, because you can't take any of them back. Are you getting it? Don't, because whatever you say gives us an idea or takes us into your head. So we know what is going on. If you cannot think of any other, better ways to assembly members not to scrap NYSC, only for you to say like, don't worry, these people don't scrap, because it be like a war they come. So if war come like this, all of them must carry. It's not right. Don't put us in that perspective, please.
Thank you, Binabo.
Please have better ways to explain or fight for retaining this scheme.
Thank you, Binabo. Buki, what do you think?
Yeah, one, I would like to start with this, that I was not privileged to listen to the interview.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know from which context the man was talking from. But on the surface, I think Ibnaba has done justice to that. I mean, taking that quote on the surface value, but it would be nice. I will try as much as possible to listen to the interview to know where exactly it's coming from and the context and what was the question that was asked that he brought this. But I'm looking back at why NYC started. You know, this was shortly after the war, and they were looking for a kind of strategy to bring about reconciliation, reconstruction, and rebuilding of the nation. And that was one of the strategies, and of course the unity schools. And in particular, I really did not see where in the acts or the objectives that talks about the youths that are serving as reserved or ready, you know, to be put into the war troop or whatever. I mean, using that word, I did not see that. Something close to it was to defend the nation and also nation building, but obviously it was not there in black and white. I mean, what I saw concerning the acts were three things. It was established to have common tie, national unity, and development of the economy, whereby they are supposed to inculcate discipline, work on their morals, develop their minds and attitude, spirit of self-reliance, and then contribute to the economy, and of course, talking about unity. So I did not see anything like, I mean, they will be conscripted, I mean, if there is war. But let's lay bare. We do not pray for war. But when there is war, the youths are the first people, aside from the military people. You know, the youths are the first people that they conscript. But we do not pray for war. And like I said, we need to communicate rightly now. The environment is hot. You understand? Mr. President said something. It was deleted from the Twitter and all that. You know, and then here you now come and then you're still saying the same thing. You don't need to. Okay, fine. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. Oh, do have to call us back on 07000 917 917 or 090-256-25455. What do you think? Do you think that core members can be mobilized if need arises? We do not pray for war, but what do you think? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Good afternoon, Chief Agozie.
You know, let me repeat you something. I'm reading I've been off you for a while now, but you are doing a beautiful job. But the part of this is that you don't take all time. That is why I've not been calling. Education is being Agbo. How are you?
Good afternoon, Chief Agozie. Good afternoon.
Yeah, recognize and knowledge. Thank you, baby. How are you, baby girl?
Good afternoon, sir.
Beautiful by you. I'm happy for hearing your voice. The only thing that not do me well. My uncle beat me that the things I don't I don't get clothes, I don't get back clothes, but because they beat me. So the fact of this is that you know what, you know, in the service NIC because of the tribalistic and nepotism crisis and like that, and the market. You know what surprises me the first, right? So we have been there was this meat, and I gave my wife 3,000. I said, buy a kilo of turkey and buy half kilo for about chicken. Could you believe when she got to the market? He said that is 2,200 for turkey. Then the chicken, 1,100 for that half. Which means to buy 180. It's not buy long, we bought it 180. You understand? I was shocked. I said, where are we going to? Is it every week? This equipment used to go up like that. But what at least our leader, they should please do something about this. You understand me?
Okay.
Somebody will want 6,000 to feed in a day. Be afraid. Can this money carry me? Oh, it's very, very bad. At least our leader should show and do something about this economy. Okay, you said that the minimum wage is 30,000 naira. You people have not, some say have not been able to pay this money. Then that 30,000 naira cannot carry somebody for a week. You understand me? Please, I'm just begging the authorities. They should try and do something.
Thank you
Just
very
don't
much,
let me
Ifagozie.
we are not talking about other spices, rice, tomatoes, and all that. Because you know, if you arrive at the kind of 6,000 something, you understand? They should do something. And I told her, please, buy half, I come back home. That was what he bought. You understand?
Thank you very much, Ifagozie. Thank you. And we do take calls on Panorama. We want to hear your opinions. We want to know how you feel about all of the topics that we discuss on Panorama. We take calls. Do well to call us on 07000 917 917 or 090 256 25455.
And all times that you put a call through
Yes.
on your end,
The line is busy.
no, it's even ringing, and it's not even. I
we don't
try
get it here.
sometimes. I would put a phone beside me, and I'll be using another phone to call that number, and my phone will be ringing, and it's not ringing on the other number. So you see, there are so many factors to that. So definitely, I mean, numbers will not be called out for you to call in them. You will not pick the call. So
Let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, this is Emmanuel from Ogun State.
Welcome to Panorama, Emmanuel.
Yeah, thank you. Concerning the issue of NYC,
Okay.
for me, Nigeria has never been so divided. No, this NYC was created in 1973. I think I guess right.
70.
And then the sole aim of that NYC to unite Nigeria. But now Nigeria is sharply divided. And then the lives of our, children are being put to risk. When they pull somebody from Lagos to Maiduguri, and when they get there, they get killed. Like ram. So for me, this issue of NYC is, it's better they should scrap it. Our leaders from the top, especially the center man, is so nepo. I don't want to don't let me go far. So the man is not, it's not doing well at all in uniting Nigeria. The way he speaks to people, and I think at his age, as an 80-year-old man, I think he should be able, to think of how to unite us rather than dividing us.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
Emmanuel.
so
And yes, NYC was created in 1973. To what Emmanuel has said, when you send the students to far distance to go serve, and you're coming up with this, like I've been seeing so many tweets and comments online. Some people are saying, "Oh, because of this certain amount you pay, you increase for the allowance. That's why you're bringing up this. Oh no, I'd rather not serve. I'd rather not do this."
Okay, let me finish my thoughts. Let me finish my thoughts and wrap that with this. So we're talking about communication. So our so-called leaders must know how to communicate rightly. These are not the times that we should be hearing words like that. The words we want to hear are things that will pacify us, that will bring about unity, not disunity. But talking about, the NYSC, whatever thing, this is my own personal opinion. Yes, there was a strategy, there was a thought behind it, which we had just mentioned, unity. And to be honest, if you ask quite a lot of people, they will say, "Oh, it was because I served. I know about Bono. I know about Kaduna. Their culture, their way of life, and things like that." And of course, we have a lot of advantages. Some people got jobs. Some people are entrepreneurs. Some people got married. Quite a lot of things are happening. But yes, in this season that we are now, is it wise to look at that focus? Personally, I think they need to retweak it.
Okay.
I was at the camp yesterday, for an empowerment program organized by, in partnership with the bank, and for me, I enjoy. One, they're raising. The program was basically for empowerment, really, and it was an opportunity to see all of them from different tribes, different cultures coming together. So it's sweet, but then, because of the state of the nation, I also will say they need to tweak it. I will not go for total scrapping, but they need to tweak it. They need to be creative about it. There are some states that they should just bah. And then for me, if we have to discuss this, you could leave it as an option. It's an option. Because there are some other countries that they will not even ask female people to go. It will be the men. You know, there are countries like I have a list of them: Armenia, Australia, Brazil, Denmark, Egypt, Israel. We know about Israel from age 18. They conscript you to military for 2 years. You understand? But most of them are really men. You understand? They're men that, you know, you just go through that military regime for 2 years, and then you cannot decide either you want to serve the country or you want to go there. So if that is what they want to do, it is not a right time.
Okay.
But it's an option, but it is not a right time to talk about that. What we should be talking about now is the state of the nation, security. How do we ensure that even right in my sitting room, I am safe? I don't have to go to one state for youth service. Right in my sitting room, I am safe.
Thank you very much, Buki. Talking about insecurity. So a 22-year-old 300 level student of the University of Ilorin, Kwara State, has been raped and killed by unidentified persons. She was found dead, completely naked and tied with a rope. Now, another scary part of this incident is the fact that a note was found close to her and it reads, "No forgiveness from Ilorin." I don't know. Let's come back to that. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Buki Ajala.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sorry, I just came. I don't know if it's in a voice there.
Mr. Ambrose.
She's there.
Yes,
She's right beside me.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon. I greet you.
Mm.
I want to talk about this last issue and then the issue of NYC, even though you have not dwelt on it. But before I talk on this thing, please, I want.
Okay.
You see, I only listen to programs that I get educated. I don't just listen to programs like that.
Okay.
So most times, when we contribute something that if I am not benefiting anything on this program, I won't even tune in.
Okay.
So sometimes when we contribute, we are on this side. You don't know why we make some statements.
Okay.
And sometimes we just counter them. It all feel as if we don't know anything. Now, the issue of that was raped, I have always been against, rape.
Okay.
And I have a daughter. She's in the university.
Okay.
I call her every day. It's only God that can take care of our children, like I said the other day. I call her every day. I advise her, And at the end of the day, God will take care of them. I am just appealing to our girls.
Okay.
I am not saying that, wherever they go to, it's an excuse for them to be raped. But please, let's guide them.
Okay.
So that they can, carefully go to some places. Okay, that you caught a thief, or that a thief went to bubble a house. Do you now leave the house because it is them? But I'm only appealing to our daughters, wherever they are. Please, people, be careful where you go. Be careful people you associate with. Be careful people you identify with. Issue of rape.
Okay.
Sometimes when they rape you, when you are alive, you live to regret it all your life. Talk less of a man. Now, the issue of security, Buki has said it all.
Okay.
NYC is a very good project. I love NYC. But do you know, like you said, how many states are viable? Do we now say because NYC is good now, we now send them to a place where they can murder them? Purpose is defeated. And if the purpose is defeated, then why? So, for me, let them look at this volatile state.
Okay.
But I know government will not want to look at and ostracize them from this youth service. Honestly, it's a very good project. It's a very good thing. And it fosters unity. It makes us to know one another. But if he said throughout the time that he was no way he could worship God because he was a Christian in that remote area. And, he not even say he wants to
Thank you very much,
mention
Mr.
the name of Jesus.
Ambrose. Thank you, Mr.
I
Ambrose.
know I've taken your time, so please don't be annoyed with me. It's just because of the first contribution.
Thank
So
you.
let
Thank
us
you.
encourage this unity and ostracize, volatile states. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambrose. Yes, so on this ladies issue now, Mr. Ambrose mentioned something. He said ladies should be careful where they go to. Now, this particular lady was from the story, she stays with a family member who happens to be a medical doctor, and she was in the apartment. So definitely she was in the house.
You see, in all of that, one of the things I would like to say first and foremost is that government need to look into, CCTV cameras everywhere in the city.
Okay.
Because you see, even if you have not been if you have not been to other clients, you would, you would have at one time or another watched their movies, and you would see that in the course of their investigation, some of the assistance they get are gotten from what the CCTV cameras footage are able to capture. You understand? So we should have these things so that at least, even if you don't know who exactly did this thing, you will see the number of people, the faces of people who went to that place or who entered that building.
Yes.
And also, we should upgrade our forensic investigation style and system, because most of the time you don't get to hear about anything about forensic. I know it's there, but enough attention is not paid to it. We need to pay a lot of attention to it, because forensic analysis helps a lot when it comes to investigation. Now, down to security. How much can we secure ourselves? Because we live in this time that we live in.
Okay.
You are always watching your back. You're always so apprehensive of your security and everything. But what I will say to everybody out there is that go the extra mile to secure yourself in your homes. Are you getting it? Yeah, we have seen there's hardly a house you see that has no burglar bar. So, but what else can we do to further secure our homes? Are we going to, there's so many things. Like there was a time a woman told me that the kitchen door, was locked, but she left the key at the mouth of the kitchen door. So the robbers broke the windows, the glass of the window, extending their arm to reach for the key. Took the key, then opened the key from outside, and that was how they gained access into the building, and they robbed them. Fortunately, nobody was injured. So you see, we need to devise so many means. We need to do things that would secure us. If you live in a place where somebody could break your window glass and then extend his hand or arms to pick your key and then open from outside, do something else about it. There must be something you have to do. There are so many things you have to do. We need to devise so many means to secure ourselves, because this era we live in is like everybody is a government to himself. For now, we hope and pray that our government will rise up to their responsibility. In the number one job for our leaders is to secure lives and property. So once you have failed in that aspect, then it takes a living soul to even appreciate a government or to condemn a government. So
thank you very much.
It's so unfortunate.
Thank you. Buki. Now, recently, I guess last month or so, we discussed the case of Inyobong, the lady that went for a job interview.
Yes.
And was killed. Now this one again, in her house, where she stays, this one also happened. Like, what can we do to secure our ladies? Because it's almost looking as if ladies are not safe anywhere.
And the sad part, sorry, before Buki takes you on that. And the sad part is that we have not heard anything, the updates.
Yes.
In Inyobong's case, then you remember that girl, Ben, that during the lockdown, what is eventually what has happened to the culprit they were supposed to have apprehended? We should be updated on all of these things.
No, I think for I think they've judged. I think
There
I
was
read
there was a
there's-
video of some people that were apprehended, and those people claim if
No,
you
no, no.
listen to them.
No, not that video. I read something that they've been judged and I think they've met their sentence or something. Yeah. But like you said, we need to have updates on these things. Yeah. So I mean, coming back to the question, Esther, it's a heavy one to the heart, really.
It is.
But let's bring it home. Self-responsibility.
Okay.
Know where you go to.
Okay.
Know who are your friends, your dealings. This is time that you just have to, just take extra precaution. Just take extra precaution. And in the home, even if the government cannot do all the CCTV, whatever it is, you understand?
Yes.
Though ideally they should do that in major areas, but then can the government also now look at ways of partnering with the companies that do this so that they can get a reduction in price?
Okay.
Every home should actually have it, really. Every home should actually have it. But when you look at the cost, it's high.
Yeah.
So can we begin to look at that to say, look, even to protect, let's even know who is entering, the gates and the main entrance. I mean, it calls for it now, because your Mr. A will be in his house and somebody will come and do this. I mean, it's pathetic.
And also we should look at how well lit our environment is. Well, we cannot give kudos to our power supply companies because they are not really done well.
Okay.
But then again, you see some areas there are no street lights. But I remember one thing they did in Port Harcourt. So many. I'm talking about close to 30 years now.
Okay.
I was in Port Harcourt, and then I've narrated this story before.
Okay.
I was somewhere, and it was 6 p.m. and they were yet to put on their security lights. And some officials had to come in. They will pick anybody. If they see a baby outside, they will pick that baby. Then you will come and have to, come and collect that baby. Then you will tell us why you didn't put on that light. Are you getting it?
Okay.
So every house was mandated that by 6 p.m.
Yes.
you must put on your security light. Every house must have a particular watts, of energy in your bulb that you must put at your frontage. So by 6 p.m. you switch it on. Are you getting it? So by the time everybody does that, it will bring, a little bit of, illumination to that environment. You go to some areas, everywhere is dark.
Okay.
People have their generators on, but their security lighting is not on. So when you're walking down the street, anybody, even right on your street, just when it is a bit dark, anyone could pounce on you and do anything. Nobody will know because everywhere outside is dark.
Okay.
So let us endeavor at least. Let it be our own contribution to securing ourselves by having, our security lights on. If your generator is on, please put on your security light so that at least for the time while your generator is on. There will be illumination on your street.
Okay, thank you, Binabo. I agree. Buki, you mentioned something about let's bring it home. Bringing it home. What is the role of parents here? Because definitely, these people who have carried out such acts, they're from one family or the other. What are we doing? What are parents doing to ensure that their children are being raised and remain in that path? Because I see no reason why I would want to inflict pain on another person.
Absolutely.
I find when I hear stories like this, I'm just wondering, what was running through this person's mind when you were doing this? You're inflicting pain on someone else, and you don't even feel any kind of remorse, and you even had to leave a note.
Yeah, you see, they've said it several times that to develop a nation, there are 7 critical sectors, and one of those sectors is family. This is what you get when family values are nil, or they are 0, or they are 10%,
Or the fabric don't turn to rag.
or the fabric don't tear. You understand? It is the family. People will tell you today that Hitler was raised in a family. And the people that are so good, the Mother Teresa's, the Mandelas or whatever it is that you have that are very good, they were raised in a family.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the values in the family? And we have said it several times that as a nation, Nigeria, when you look at the integral part of it, which is the family, when you begin to break nation down to states, to local government, to community, at the end of the day, you get to the family.
The microcosm.
Exactly. So what are the values that we are passing? Yes, I know the economy is terrible. Parents must go. Hey, in terms of values, we still have to pass those values to our children. It is because some of the parents have not done their job. They have slept off. They have been irresponsible. Let us use that word. That is why we find that there are some pockets that are doing evil. Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry. Buki Ajala, you said the issue of war.
Okay.
The giving judgment.
I said, I think.
How many years?
I said, I think, sir.
You think?
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
Because all this giving judgment, how many years? Is it 3 years, 5 years for somebody who raped and killed a human being?
Or have they even picked the right people?
That's another thing.
Exactly. Have they picked, because they can parade the wrong people and then they will go through the back door to release them. You don't know what it means for a child to be an undergraduate or a graduate for that matter. And you just rape the child and kill the girl. It is well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambrose. The story is really, really sad.
There is so much. Obviously, the sanctity of human lives is no longer there. Some people, for me, to kill a fowl,
there are certain things that I cannot do.
The first time I did it, it was traumatic. I did it and I was so scared. I left it half done, and this chickies are there flying all over the place. Are you getting it? Struggling to leave. You understand? It was so terrible, and it was such a trauma for me that I know they go near those things. And imagine, you see, I'm happy that the agency and Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, they are. I mean, in their own little way, they are coming up, because there was a time there was almost complete silence in the agency. Now that probably because they have a new boss and the energy is still there, they are apprehending people here and there. Those who are trying to come in with drugs, those who are trying to go out with drugs. All of these things happening, you cannot separate them from drug addiction, drug abuse. Because you see, I feel that nobody in his or her sane mind will go and do that. They take a lot of drugs. They pack themselves with drugs that human beings begin to look like ants in their eyes. So they do anything.
It still boils down to the family value.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, because
it's one level or another.
Exactly.
When you miss level one, they will get level two.
And then parents, you see, stop, looking the other way because of the benefits you think you're going to get. Now, yesterday we talked about so many things, and after the program, I think I mentioned something to Esther that I remember there was a time in my higher institution days, we were off campus, so the mother of a particular child would always send her daughter to us because we would always give them something maybe leftover and everything. So imagine if we were bad people, we would have introduced something to that little girl, and today she will continue to perpetrate it. And then, are you getting it? So parents should be mindful of who you leave your children with. Forget about, brother Kinikon is giving us 1 kilo of chicken every other day. Do you know what you are giving in return? Are you getting it? So we should not, because of a plate of porridge, destroy our future. This is a problem with a lot of parents. And you see it happening. Some other parents will say, Buki, what kind of a child are you? Can't you see your friend? See your friend. Yeah. He has done this for his parents. He has done that for his parents. And Buki will begin to wonder, what do I do? Who do I go to? I don't have anything. You people don't even have anything to give me to leverage. Understand? And then they begin to do one like ambulance all over the place. Before you know it, they are already forming group with some set of people who eventually they will not tell you everything you're going to do. All they need you to do is to just come into the fold. Then they would on the surface look like they are assisting you.
Yes.
And before you know it, they begin to send you on some crazy errands. You must run the errands. So parents, please let us not sell our conscience.
Our conscience. Yeah. So just to wrap up this, we've talked to parents that they should instill value. Let's also now talk to the government, because when they do research,
booking 1 minute.
Okay. So when they do a research, they'll find somewhere it's the economy. So let them begin to do the right things. Job employment, food, security, shelter, basic things of life, health. If I'm sick, I don't have to look for money to treat malaria. I just need to go to the hospital, you understand, and get these things free. I believe that they will reduce that if the basic things of life, are in place.
Thank you, Buki. Thank you so much, ladies, for this. I don't know. It's been an interesting week on Panorama. You ladies are amazing. You ladies are amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Our head is swelling.
This is where we draw the curtains on Panorama today. And to you, my listener, thank you for staying with us. To my producer, Daniel Adaja, thank you. Panorama is where we have the ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. Panorama on Women Radio 91.7 runs from Mondays through Fridays at 12:15 p.m. Till I come your way next week, just do well to join us on Monday as we bring you the hottest topics on the trend table. My name is Esther Laribi. Up next is the Lunch Hour Tunes. Do have a fantastic weekend.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 76